What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com and we're doing Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, Season 1, Episode 3, because I'm not really sure why. They made it. And you know what? Actually, I think, and the same true same is true with like All's Fair, really trashy bad shows are kind of fun. They're kind of just like mind-boggling to watch, you know? And I was wondering, like conceptually, if for years people were wondering, why do people watch these trashy reality shows? What if we were to do that with scripted programming? Would anybody watch them? And then, lo and behold, All's Fair comes around as the most watched Hulu premiere of all time and gets a second season renewal. And Starfleet Academy has already been renewed for a second season. And I think this may be a new generation coming out of peak TV where we get trashy TV, intentionally bad television for us to laugh at. So kudos to Paramount Plus for leading the way with trashy TV. And I realized this during the episode of Prank Wars, where the two different schools, the Starfleet Academy and the War Academy, which is such a creative name. I think they came up with Starfleet and War. Like, is there not like another cool name that you could come up with other than War? Like, you came up with Starfleet. Is there not like a? It's not like it's the War Academy and the Peace Academy. Like, it feels kind of like basic. Anyway, um, so I don't know. They're working out in the gym and getting ripped, I guess. I don't know. The angry Jamaican keeps yelling at people, and I love her. She's amazing, and I mean that honestly. Like she's one of the most hilarious characters I've seen on television recently, and just her, you don't know what you're doing. Just like it's great. I can't even do the accent. I love it. I'm here for it. I want her as like a voice yelling at me on my phone. You have a phone call. Why aren't you picking up your phone? Are you stupid? So, it's just so extra. But these characters that like understand the assignment, who understand they're not in a good series and they go over the top with it. Like Paul Giamatti was great in the first episode because he knew, like he read the script and he was like, "Oh, I get it. This is not a good show. I'm here for it. Let's do this." Some of the other people are like, "I'm in a good show. I have to do this." Now, Holly Hunter in this episode, I would imagine, I think she actually had a few scenes where she was like, she wasn't really there. She felt a little drunk in a couple of a couple of scenes, a little flirty, a little floozy, whatever. And I think maybe she starts to have to open up and be like, I don't know, this is the best thing that I've done, so I'm gonna have a little bit of fun too. And that's how shows like this can be fun. The CW presents Star Trek. But Prank Wars happens, and the Starfleet kids have to figure out how to beat the War Kids, which now includes the daughter from the last episode, the one that Caleb flirted with and took into the virtual reality seminar thing, and was like, "Is my mom on that planet? I don't know. I don't know who my mom is." So, yeah, and they have to go to war. And there's a game in there where they blast each other with rays. There are plants that they use that I don't I don't know, they feed off of attitude. I don't I don't know what they do. They take your vibes and they grow from them. They're like the feed me Seymour of, an emotional parasite. Yes. Yes, you like that, don't you, you dirty, dirty whore? Oh, yes. I will continue to grow in size as I continue to make you scared or make you feel less than person, human, alien, whatever you are. My favorite line was when Caleb and Jaden are walking along, and Jaden, who, by the way, let's be honest. Did that kid go in for his audition? He's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm here to read for Jaden." And they were like, no, 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 it's Jaden, and you're a Klingon. And he's like, oh, a Klingon, great. So I'm just gonna read this normally. Oh, could you not read that normally? Because that's not going to work for us. I know it's 2025 and we have technology, but we have absolutely no intention of doing voice modulation. So if you could talk cartoonishly low with your voice, that would be great. So if you could talk down here and say, I am Jaden. This is my Klingon voice. This sounds normal, right? I shall talk to you down here. This is Jaden reviews Star Trek Starfleet Academy because this is the voice that Jaden is using. I am not funny. There's nothing funny about me. Like, there's a lot funny about you. Oh God, I don't know, man. So they train for this thing, and there's this episode was all over the place. I was like, what are we even doing here? Like, what even is this? In the third episode of the series, we stop for prank wars. Do we not have a plot? Is this like character building? Is this because we're not doing a really great job because I still don't know who half of these people are. And we're not like the cast is almost too large, and now you're introducing the War Academy, and it's like, do I have to learn who these people are in the War Academy also? Like, how big is this cast? So a character building, a team building exercise, if that's what you were trying to do, should have been limited to this group of misfits that are just under the Starfleet. And they didn't need a Battle War Academy to do that. But I guess we have to continue the odd sexual tension between Caleb and the girl from episode 2. Um, and I don't know, they have to have somebody to fight with other than themselves. But yeah, this episode basically goes nowhere. We do find out that the angry Jamaican drill sergeant is I'm just gonna keep saying Jamaican. I don't know if that accent is right, but it's something. And it's great. As dating Tig Notaro, who is, I think, falling asleep mid-performance. And I say that as a deep fan of Tig. But Tig sounds like they just woke her up in every single scene that she's in. Oh yeah, I think yeah, we should do that. She couldn't be any less bothered. Um, and I like her work. I mean, she's had some fun performances before. Yeah, she is kind of dry to begin with, but man, she feels even like, why am I here? Paycheck. Oh yeah, paycheck. That's right. So I don't know. By the end of the episode, the plants have grown. They beat War Academy. They've learned team bonding skills. Um, I don't know. Holly Hunter got her way, I guess, and mentored her way through this. I don't know. This episode is silly and pointless, and I just my takeaways are that I think Holly's starting to realize that she fell into an abysmal pit of despair. And she's starting to have a little bit of fun with the episode. She really did kind of sound. She already kind of has like an interesting accent there sometimes, where she just can't. What's going on? I'm is Holly tipsy? Because kudos, if you are, you deserve to be. Um, Jaden's absolutely ridiculous voice. Like, I love that. That's like, there's somewhere out there, there's an acting coach that was like, do that. That is exactly what we're looking for. It's couldn't you have found someone whose voice actually was naturally pitched lower? Like, I don't know, the actor that played Worf. Like, is it really that hard to find Klingons with deep voices instead of just telling them to do this weird cartoonish modulation? Can we use modulation on them and give them like a cool, can we do that? Hello, Sydney, remember me? Is there something that we can put on his voice? He sounds ridiculous. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what to do with this show, but I'm gonna keep watching it because you are. No, you're not. You're coming here to listen to people complain about Star Trek Starfleet Academy. The only thing that I will say is, and I hope this is becoming more and more evident for the people as they move forward, then it's like evident in the writing and in the direction and the show running. This has nothing to do with casting. The awfulness of the show has absolutely nothing to do with the diversity or lack thereof. I said this in my last review. This show could be full of straight white dudes and it would still suck. It's just the writing. When you get the wrong writers in the room, this is what happens. When you get someone who has a terrible idea and it's executed poorly, you get Starfleet Academy. That's also how you get shows like All's Fair. You know, when somebody buys into Ryan Murphy's ego so much that they actually don't really read the script and don't really think about what it is they're having to say and read and do and what the episodes are about. And people like Glenn Close go, well, it's Ryan Murphy. It must be good. That's what happens when you buy into hubris, when you sign onto a Star Trek show believing that it's Star Trek, so it must unequivocally be of quality. I think that's what happened to Michelle Yeoh, who just got a Razzie nomination for Star Trek Section 30 Suck. So I don't think that this is helping anybody. I can't imagine this is helping Paramount. This is not rebuilding the brand. Considering I think the only thing I have left is Strange New Worlds with like one final season and then this. I just and this already has a second season renewal. You realize that there's going to be a future where Starfleet Academy is like the only operating, functioning Star Trek show. This will be the representation for the brand. My God. Heaven help us all. If you're going to do this, you might as well just outsource the brand and just let them do, you know. I know the CW doesn't make the shows that they used to, but man, this could have been right along, you know, following Gossip Girl. It was Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. But Gossip Girl still would have been better than this. I don't know. It's a show that doesn't know what it is, but I know what it is. Hot garbage. And I'm mildly entertained by it, probably in the same way that the people are who turn on Kardashians or Real Housewives, or not even those shows, but like the ones where they float around on like a boat. What's that, below deck? Like that's that's your jam? And we wonder why like it's happening in scripted television. It's like, well, this is a byproduct of that stuff. So I guess we're getting it now in scripted television. Heaven help us, but um yeah, we're going to drive down the quality of scripted television to meet the people who moved over into reality. We're going to bring them back by making the dumbest possible television we can and putting it out for them to consume. I guess Star Trek was too smart for people, so they had to bring it down. I am not funny. You are. You are very funny. Very, very funny. Hilarious. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm behind, but there are a lot of other shows. I'm also recapping like Fallout and the Game of Thrones show that's on now, American Idol, Traders, a couple other things. So yeah, so there's a lot going on. So Star Trek episode 4 coming next week. Until then, uh, live long and prosper. Let me do the. Nah, it's not even worth it. I was gonna do the Vulcan salute, but this show doesn't deserve that. Anyway, see you guys on the other side.